Hello, everybody. Here we are. We're going to continue on with Song of Solomon, chapter 6. And I want to make one addendum here. Yesterday, I was telling you about a short poem that Jim Morrison had written for Pamela Courson, his main girlfriend. If you ever watched the movie The Doors, she was the one played by Meg Ryan. And the poem, I said that it was, your milk was my wine and your silk was my shine. What it actually was, and I remember this after when I was reviewing the video, it was your milk was my wine and my silk was your shine. And I just always thought that was, I don't know, it was just, it meant a lot of things to me, and it meant a lot of things probably. It was good, but it's not like Song of Solomon as far as poetry. So here we go. Now, this one, chapter 6, starts with the chorus, or the friends, saying, "Where has your beloved gone, most beautiful of women? Which way did your beloved turn, that we may look for him with you?" And she says, "My beloved has gone down to his garden, to the beds of spices, to browse in the gardens and to gather lilies. I am my beloved's and my beloved is mine. He browses among the lilies." He says, "You're as beautiful as Tirzah, my darling, as lovely as Jerusalem, as majestic as troops with banners. Turn your eyes from me, they overwhelm me. Your hair is like a flock of goats descending from Gilead. Your teeth are like a flock of sheep coming up from the washing. Each has its twin. Not one of them is missing." So we've heard this before. "Your temples behind your veil are like the halves of pomegranate. 60 queens there may be, and 80 concubines, and virgins beyond number, but my dove, my perfect one, is unique. The only daughter of her mother, the favorite of the one who bore her. The young women saw her and called her blessed. The queens and concubines praised her." The friends say, the chorus says, "Who is this that appears like the dawn, fair as the moon, bright as the sun, majestic as the stars in procession?" He says, "I went down to the grove of nut trees to look at the new growth in the valley, to see if the vines had budded or the pomegranates were in bloom. Before I realized it, my desire set me among the royal chariots of my people." The friends say, come back, O Shulamite, come back, that we may gaze on you." And he says, "Why would you gaze on the Shulamite as on the dance of Mahanaim?" Now, we don't know of any land of Shulam, so we don't really understand what Shulamite means, why this woman is called a Shulamite woman. All right, Song of Solomon 7. "How beautiful your sandaled feet, O prince's daughter. Your graceful legs are like jewels, the work of an artist's hands. Your navel is a rounded goblet that never lacks splendid wine. Your waist is a mound of wheat encircled by lilies. Your breasts are like two fawns, like twin fawns of a gazelle. Your neck is like an ivory tower. Your eyes are the pools of Heshbon by the gate of Bath Rabbim. Your nose is like the tower of Lebanon looking towards Damascus. Your head crowns you like Mount Carmel. Your hair is like royal tapestry. The king is held captive by its tresses. How beautiful you are, and how pleasing. My love, with your delights, your stature is like that of the palm, and your breasts like clusters of fruit. I said, I'll climb the palm tree, I'll take hold of its fruit. May your breasts be like clusters of grapes on the vine, the fragrance of your breath like apples, and your mouth like the best wine. And she says, may the wine go straight to my beloved, flowing gently over lips and teeth. I belong to my beloved, and his desire is for me. Come, my beloved, let us go to the countryside. Let us spend the night in the villages. Let us go early to the vineyards to see if the vines have budded, if their blossoms have opened, and if the pomegranates are in bloom. There I will give you my love. The mandrakes send out their fragrance, and at our door is every delicacy, both new and old, that I have stored up for you, my beloved. Okay, Song of Solomon, chapter 8. If only you were to me like a brother who was nursed at my mother's breasts. Then if I found you outside, I would kiss you and no one would despise me. I would lead you and bring you to my mother's house. She who has taught me, I would give you spiced wine to drink, the nectar of my pomegranates. His left arm is under my head and his right arm embraces me. Daughters of Jerusalem, I charge you, do not arouse or awaken love until it so desires. So we're hearing some repeating refrains here, or some repeating verses here. So make a note of them. The friends say, who is this coming up from the wilderness, leaning on her beloved? She says, under the apple tree I roused you. There your mother conceived you. There she who is in labor gave you birth. Place me like a seal over your heart, like a seal on your arm, for love is as strong as death, its jealousy unyielding as the grave. It burns like blazing fire, like a mighty flame. Many waters cannot quench love. Rivers cannot sweep it away. If one were to give all the wealth of one's house for love, it would be utterly scorned. In other words, I take that to mean it would be empty. You'd give everything you had. The friends say, we have a little sister and her breasts are not yet grown. What shall we do for our sister on the day she is spoken for? If she's a wall, we will build towers of silver on her. If she's a door, we will enclose her with panels of cedar. God, what beautiful imagery. She, I am a wall, and my breasts are like towers. Thus I've become in his eyes like one bringing contentment. Solomon had a vineyard in Baal-Hamon. Is it Harmon? Nope, Baal-Hamon. He let out his vineyard to tenants, so he rented it out. Each was to bring for its fruit 1,000 shekels of silver, but my own vineyard is mine to give. The 1,000 shekels are for you, Solomon, and 200 are for those who tend its fruit. He said, you who dwell in the gardens with friends and attendants, let me hear your voice. She says, come away, my beloved, and be like a gazelle or like a young stag on the spice-laden mountains. And that's that. We'll pick it up tomorrow with chapter 9. I love you very much. You have a wonderful evening, and I'll talk to you then. Bye-bye.